This is the next part of the tutorial where I'm going to show how to do the shaping that you did on the left side, and this is the right side. And when you do the right side, you're reversing the shaping. Instead of on this side, we started it on a knit row, so we finished on the wrong side row. But on this one, we finished on the right side row, so I have knitted one extra row across here. So you're going to reverse the shaping. Instead of doing it on the knit side, it's going to be done on the purl side, which is the wrong side. So you finish on the right side, and I have started I've done 1, 2, 3 of the rosebuds, but I missed the very last one because the shaping, the cast off stitches, is going to come into the middle of it. So like I did here on this side, I missed this one here and only did it to that one there, as you can see. So I'm going to show you how you reverse the shaping. So I'll blow this up so you can see better. Oh, I think that's a little bit too high. Yeah. So get that one out of the way. So now, like I said, we've knit one extra row across on the right side, and we're going to start shaping on the wrong side. So we're going to cast off 6 stitches on this row. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's the 6 stitches we've cast off there. So you're just going to purl to the end of this row, and I will meet you then. So that's that row, the cast off 6 stitches, and knit to the end of the row. And now we're just going to knit across that row again, doing your rosebud stitches as you go along. So I have knit across to the end of the row, and now I'm going to cast off 2 stitches at the start of this row, and I'm going to slip the first stitch purlwise and then purl the next stitch. When I'm casting stitches off like this, when there'll be more than once, I only slip the first stitch because it gives you a neater edge between the 2 lots of cast offs. So that's 2 I've cast off. Now I'm just going to purl to the end of this row. I will be back then. That is the 6 stitches and 2 stitches, and I'm going to knit across this row and cast off another 2 stitches at the armhole edge. So I will meet you at the end of this row. So there I have knitted to the end of that row, and now I'm going to cast off another 2 stitches on the purl side. So I'm going to slip the first stitch purlwise, knit the next stitch, purl the next stitch, sorry, pass the slip stitch over, and then cast off 1 more stitch, and then purl to the end of the row. So that is the last cast off stitches row, and I've knit to the end of the row, and now we are going to decrease at the armhole edge on the next 4 rows. and after you've decreased you'll have 33 stitches left, and carry on with those stitches until your work measures 5 inches, and I will show you how to do the next shaping, but I will show you the first shaping on the knit two together stitches. So you got the last 3 stitches, so we're going to knit 1 and just going to knit 2 stitches together, and then you're going to knit 2 together on the next 3 rows, on the purl row, or on every row, until you have 33 stitches left. And then after that you just knit till your work measures 5 inches, and I will be back then. I have now reached the 5 inches from, that's the bottom of the rosebud, that's where it started, up to where we're going to start shaping the neck. And we're going to cast off 6 stitches. Let's shift that one out of the way now. It's just there to show. I've got the wool wrapped around the needle. So we're going to cast off 6 stitches at the start of the row. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're going to knit across the row, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows from the rosebud, so it's another 2 rows before I start the next rosebud. So we just knit across that row. So that is the 6 stitches cast off, and now we are going to decrease at the neck edge on the next 4 rows. So we're going to, on this row here, I'm going to purl 2 together, and then the next row knit 2 together. So we'll do that for 4 rows. So that is 4 rows that I've decreased at the neck edge, and now we're going to do it on the next 3 alternate rows. So we're going to just purl across the next row and do the decrease on the right side, and then we'll have 20 stitches left after that, and then carry on knitting until the work measures 7.5 inches, and I will be back then for the shoulder shaping. So we have 20 stitches, and the work, as you see, we shaped that, left with 20 stitches, and the work now measures 7.5 inches. So we finished on a right side row, and then we're going to cast off 10 stitches on the next row and the next alternate row. So you're going to cast off 10 stitches purlwise, two, 3, 10 stitches, and then just carry on to the end of that row. And then we're going to just knit the next row. To the end of the row. So that's the end of that row, and the next row we're going to cast off the last 10 stitches that's left. We're going to slip the first stitch purlwise and then slip that stitch over and then just cast off as normal. And the last stitch. And I need my scissors to cut that off. Leave a long enough end for to sew the shoulder up. And that is the right front finish to match the left front. And the next thing to knit is the sleeve. I'll put that away with the rest. And for the sleeve, I'm going to use the 3mm needles like I did for the other ribs. There may not be enough left to do the whole thing in here, but I have enough to do the tutorial to show. Leave a long end to sew up the sleeve, quite a long end. If you measure to work out what you need, if you measure your own sleeve length and double it, that should be enough to go up the arm when you sew it. That's what I always like, a long end to start with, so I have enough to sew up the seam afterwards. So we're going to cast on 49 stitches for the sleeve. 2, 3, 4, and as I told you, cable cast on going into the back of the stitch. Now I'll be back when I have all the stitches cast on. So I now have 49 stitches, and I'm going to knit exactly the same as the other ribs, twisted rib. So we're going to do knit 1, purl 1. Twisted rib is a knitting into the back of the knit stitch on every row, just the knit stitch, not the purl stitch. Purl and 1 knit into the back of the knit stitch. And for the rib, we are going to knit 16 rows all together, but when you have done 15 rows on the 16th row of the rib, you're going to increase the stitches evenly across until you have 55 stitches. So that's 6 extra stitches you're going to to increase, so you will get to one knit stitch and knit into the front and the back evenly across the row. And that will be another video where I will show you how to do the rest of the sleeve. So you have to knit 15 rows, and on the 16th row increase to 55 stitches, and I will be back in another video. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you again sometime. Bye for now. Well, this is how the cardigan is looking now. I have the back and both the fronts finished, and I've just started on the sleeve. And the camera actually doesn't show the true colour. It's more of a coral colour. It's more pinky on the photo, on the video here.